podcast with our UEFA Champions League is back, and we're going to be having the second leg of the contest that we've had its first leg some 3 weeks ago. Arsenal will be hosting FC Porto, while we're going to have FC Barcelona hosting SS Napoli. And Napoli and Barcelona, mind you, these are the champions of Spain and Italy, and they are connected by a certain person called Diego Armando Maradona, who has at a point in time played for both sides before in his entire playing career. And we're going to be having the second leg. In the first leg, and then in a 1-1 draw when Robert Lewandowski scored before Victor Osimhen scored from the spot to ensure that the Italian champions had something to cheer about when it comes to not losing the game. Today is going to be the second leg in Spain at the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona. Barcelona are looking forward to seeing whether they can emulate what they did some years ago. Barcelona are chasing for a quarter-final appearance for the first time since 2020. The last time Barcelona made it beyond the round of 16 was 2020. So can they beat SS Napoli and make it into the next stage of the competition? Your guess should be good as mine. But Napoli, under 3 coaches this season, under Rudi Garcia, Walter Mazzarri, and a certain Francesco Calzona, who has taken over the team some 3 weeks ago, it tells you that the 2 initial coaches couldn't do the job that Luciano Spalletti did with the team when they won the Italian Serie A last season and entered into the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. Victor Osimhen is going to be the big man that the Napoli team are going to be looking forward up to in terms of delivering the goals for them alongside Vicha Kvaratskhelia. Lobotka is going to be around. Ramani sustained an injury during the weekend. I don't think he's going to be around. Juan Jesus and the likes of Ostigard are going to be the man in the back line. The likes of Di Lorenzo and also Matias Oliveira. Deep in midfield, Frank-André Zambu and Gisa Lobotka, and probably Hamad Traore, that Ivorian international. Barcelona are having some injury concerns. Pedri and Gavi are not going to be around due to injury that they sustained during the last time. But Joao Felix is probably going to be around. Joao Cancelo. And then we're looking forward that Kubasi, the new young sensational defender, is going to be given the opportunity. But Inigo Martinez is going to be around. Christiansen have often been given opportunity to play deep in midfield, often down nowadays due to the absence of some of the midfield. But Robert Lewandowski is going to be around. The last week we had an experiment from Xavi when he played without the new striker Vitor Roque, without Robert Lewandowski, but Lamine Yamal was the man who was on target for Barcelona against Real Mallorca. But it's a tough order between those two sides when it comes to Ilkay Gundogan with experience from Manchester City, from Borussia Dortmund, and now with Barcelona. And I think Barcelona will be relying upon him in the midfield to secure the good results for them. But it's a tough one. Honestly, it's going to be a tight game, which is going to be coming on in Barcelona. But honestly, if it ends in a 2-1, if Barcelona get the opportunity to beat Napoli and make it into the next stage of the competition, Barcelona are tipped as the higher favorites to make it into the next stage of the competition. Barcelona are chasing a quarter-final appearance for the first time since 2020. And for Napoli, in the first leg of any European competition, on 11 occasions that they failed to win, they most often fail to qualify into the next stage of the competition. At the Emirates Stadium is going to be Arsenal against FC Porto. We all thought it's going to be ending in a draw when the game was going on at the Estadio do Dragao, but Galeno came up with Ashtana as he scored past goalkeeper David Raya, and it ended in a 1-0 scoreline for FC Porto. Coach Sergio Conceição will be coming with the soldiers at the Emirates Stadium to determine whether he can beat Arsenal and make it into the quarter-final. Arsenal, the last time they make it into the quarter-final was 2010. And luckily, the opponent that they beat to make it into the quarter-final was FC Porto when they defeated them by 5-0 after losing 2-1 in the first round. And then I remember that day Niklas Bentner scored hat-trick on that day. And in this first leg, Arsenal lost by 1-0. The second leg is coming on at Emirates. At the Emirates Stadium this season, Arsenal are yet to concede in the UEFA Champions League. They won all the games, scoring 12 goals without conceding none. So it tells you that FC Porto are having a tall order in the second leg when they make a trip to the Emirates Stadium to play against Arsenal. Injury concerns, Zaidu Sanusi is not going to be around, and I think it's a doubt for the game. Wendell is back, Mehdi Taremi is back, and then Pepe, the good old and experienced man, is going to be at the back line the likes of Evan Nilsson, Galino, the likes of Wendell, Mehdi Taremi. These are the guys that Coach Sergio Conceição is going to be depending on as FC Porto makes a trip to Arsenal. Arsenal, Thomas Partey is now back. Gabriel Jesus, these are all experienced players from the days at Manchester City, from the days at Atletico Madrid. Gabriel Martinelli limped off during the weekend in that game against Brentford, so maybe he might be one of the guys who is doubtful for the game, but Trossard is going to be around. Bukayo Saka, the likes of the likes of Odegaard are doing a great job for Arsenal this time around. And also, you've seen Martinelli injured, and I think Trossard can do a good job. Gabriel Magalhaes at the back line alongside William Saliba can also do a good job for the Arsenal setup. Coach Mikel Arteta is looking forward to seeing his side making it into the quarterfinals for the first time since 2010. And who else? Kai Havertz has rediscovered his shape. Even though Arsenal were down by a goal to nil in that game against Brentford, but they rallied back, came back, had the equalizer before Kai Havertz had the winner for Arsenal to make it. Yes, goalkeeper David Raya is likely to be back in goalpost after that howler from the goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. So it's a game coming on at the Emirates Stadium, FC Porto Arsenal. For me, I think Arsenal are slight favourites. If Arsenal make it into the next stage of the competition by beating FC Porto 2-0, it's not going to be a surprise to me. So my tip for tonight, in today's UEFA Champions League, FC Porto against Arsenal, Arsenal to qualify. Barcelona, Napoli, Barcelona to qualify. So my tip is Arsenal and Barcelona to qualify, to add up to already 4 teams who have already made it into the UEFA Champions quarterfinals. So this is the podcast channel with our. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, keep your conversation on. Thank you.